Main video 718. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. You got something to say? Let's have a conversation.
That FBG Duck was shopping for his son's birthday at Milani Boutique on the Gold Coast at 3:59 p.m. Ralph Turpin, who alerted the O'Block gang to Duck's presence, entered the boutique and identified him. This incident highlights the ongoing conflict between the gangster disciples, GDs, and the black disciples, BDs, which is well established. As soon as Duck was spotted, Ralph Turpin made a phone call inside the boutique to call rival gang members to downtown for an intended hit on Duck. While this might be a familiar narrative, the document underscores the chilling reality of someone spotting a target and immediately orchestrating a plan to take their life. The document describes how the black disciples scrambled to make their way downtown, racing to confront Duck. When they caught up with him outside the Dolce & Gabbana store, they fired 38 shots in just 12 seconds, hitting Duck 16 times. It's a horrifying and chaotic scene, reminiscent of something from the Wild West. What's particularly striking is the post-murder activities. One individual, Los, had purchased a Ford Fusion just a week before the murder. Yet, immediately after the killing, he returned the car to the dealership. This detail paints a vivid picture of how swiftly these individuals reacted after a crime. Whether he returned the car for a refund or a trade-in remains unclear, but the sense of urgency and lack of hesitation is noteworthy. This insight into the sequence of events and the individuals involved offers a stark perspective on the lives of those embroiled in these situations, making it a surreal and unsettling glimpse into a world far removed from ordinary experiences. In any case, there's an astonishing revelation regarding Ralph Turpin, the individual who set up the situation inside the boutique. He was reportedly caught on audio confessing to his actions, unaware that he was being recorded. It's an incredible turn of events. This portion of the document provides a more general overview of O'Block as a gang, shedding light on the group's dynamics. Notably, some of the cooperating witnesses testified about the leaders of O'Block. They mentioned figures like Boss Top, a prominent rapper and influential member of the O'Block collective. Then there's Duke, known for grabbing cameras from vloggers outside O'Block and recently stirring controversy by announcing a relationship with the widow of Lil Durk's brother. BJ, another significant O'Block affiliate, as well as Charles Liggins and Devin Bennett, including Mr. King Von himself. Interestingly, the indictment highlights the idea that if King Von were still alive, he might have been perceived as the kingpin of the operation, the central figure in all this. This speculation raises questions about potential allegiances and the stance of King Von, considering his strong lyrical stance against snitches and informants. What makes this document intriguing is that it presents the police's perspective on O'Block's activities. While some may argue that O'Block is just a tight-knit group or hip-hop collective, the government and this indictment paint a different picture. According to a cooperating witness, O'Block members supposedly earned their income through burglaries, robberies, drug sales, and controlled the drug trade within Parkway Gardens, which is O'Block's territory. Additionally, they allegedly used vacant apartments, often referred to as bandos, to store firearms and narcotics. According to the testimony, no one can sell drugs in O'Block without the permission of O'Block members. This document challenges the notion that O'Block is merely a music-related entity and instead portrays it as a well-structured organization involved in various criminal activities. Despite what might be seen on social media or in the music, these allegations present O'Block as a serious, old-school organized crime group, controlling the drug trade in their area. The contrast between the public image and the legal language used in the indictment is indeed intriguing. Furthermore, it's suggested that O'Block members are expected to engage in shootouts with rival gang members as a means of rising through the ranks, aside from amassing wealth from drug sales or music ventures. This revelation underscores the harsh reality of the gang dynamics within O'Block, where violence and criminal activities appear to be the primary pathways to advancement. This indictment is a complex piece of legal documentation that, in essence, ties the music created by these individuals to their alleged criminal activities. It's worth noting that this observation might be somewhat controversial, but it wouldn't be surprising if the state decided to seize a significant amount of money from King Von's family. If his music was seen as part of a criminal enterprise, he could be seen as profiting from acts of violence and death. However, it's a critical point to consider that artists like King Von were not just making music. According to the indictment, they were involved in criminal enterprises and, as it's alleged, were profiting from actual murders and taunting deceased individuals like Tuka, Man, and Duck. The indictment characterizes these activities as part of a criminal operation where individuals could rise through the ranks by making money from music, drug sales, or violent actions. From a legal standpoint, if you made a significant amount of money from selling drugs in O'Block, and you've spent that money on, say, a Bentley, the government can seize those assets. The same principle might apply to King Von's earnings from his music career, should the allegations hold true. While King Von may have appeared to lead a glamorous life, the reality of his situation and his ultimate fate was far from glamorous. Another intriguing aspect revealed in the document is that within O'Block, killers are given more respect than individuals who merely engage in shootings. To increase one's status within O'Block, killing a high-profile rival, often referred to as an op, is considered a significant achievement. The document also delves into specific murders, such as the killings of O.D. Perry. Testimonies suggest that O'Block members were involved in these cases. The indictment touches upon a murder of Dale Fisher, also known as Squirrel, who was allegedly murdered by an O'Block member, Troy James Johnson, and a 600 member, D. Rose. This illustrates how the document openly discusses individuals from different gangs, and it's possible that more charges could be added to various individuals as the investigation unfolds. Moreover, the document hints at the involvement of Cooperator 3 and his witnessing of events within O'Block. There's mention of FBG Butter's denial of being Cooperator 3 and some confusion regarding familial connections. In particular, the document suggests that Cooperator 3 witnessed the murder of his sister, Jakira Barnes, allegedly committed by King Von. The relationships within these stories are complex and might require further investigation to fully understand. The trial could potentially shed more light on these relationships and their significance within the case. The indictment provides a plethora of details and insights into the case. It reveals that O'Block, the Black Disciple faction, had affiliations with other gangs like 600 and Lamron, particularly based on 64th Street of Normal Boulevard in the early 2010s. This affiliation implies a collaboration where they share and adopt each other's conflicts. Notably, Lil Durk, known as Mr. Lamron, is deeply intertwined with this network. The document highlights the motive behind the murder of FBG Duck. It suggests that the individuals involved conspired to kill him not only to eliminate a rival but also to enhance their status within O'Block. This is often referred to as gaining clout or reputation, and the indictment emphasizes that this was a primary driving force for their actions. It's revealed that the individuals involved were in such a hurry to carry out the murder that they didn't adequately consider the evidence they were leaving behind. They were captured on Chicago police license plate reader devices, and photographs of their cars traveling to the murder scene were obtained. Furthermore, text messages are provided, showing discussions about carrying out the crime. The document goes on to describe the behavior of Ralph Turpin, who was instrumental in identifying FBG Duck's location before the murder. Turpin's agitated state was so evident that a security guard at Montclair began recording him. This recording serves as evidence, indicating how enthusiastic he was about the impending hit. Turpin even brought Lil Durk's brother, known as D-Thing, into the situation, further implicating those associated with O'Block. The document describes the extensive involvement of Turpin, who not only initiated the plan but also stood across the street making phone calls and even watched FBG Duck die in the street. His actions played a pivotal role in the events that transpired. The indictment also mentions that the woman who was with FBG Duck during the attack fired back at the assailants, injuring some of them. The details regarding this aspect are not publicly disclosed due to significant reasons. The document provides a comprehensive timeline of events, including the purchase of the Ford Fusion used during the crime, demonstrating how meticulously the prosecution has built its case. It is clear that the evidence against the defendants is substantial, making it a challenging case for them to contest. Overall, the document offers a detailed and compelling narrative of the events surrounding FBG Duck's murder, highlighting the motivations, affiliations, and actions of those involved, with a wealth of evidence to support the prosecution's case. Los acquired the vehicle under false pretenses, fabricating his employment status and providing counterfeit pay stubs to secure the purchase. Interestingly, he was exposed on August 3, 2020, just a day before the murder of FBG Duck. This timing seems purely coincidental, as Los had no way of knowing what was about to unfold. An employee from the dealership that sold him the car began questioning the legitimacy of his financing. The dispute between them extended until August 4th, the day of the murder. Seizing the opportunity, Los promptly returned the car to the dealership, as his fraudulent financing had been challenged. Cell phone records and photographs from the car dealership show that Los messaged an employee merely 9 minutes after the murder, declaring his intention to return the vehicle. This sequence of events is bewildering, as it demonstrates how rapidly he transitioned from participating in a homicide to returning the car. At the dealership, Los arrived less than an hour after the murder, with his baby mama accompanying him. He returned the car, seemingly unfazed by the heinous act committed only an hour earlier. Around a year later, Los learned from a YouTube video that the police scanner audio had revealed the use of an officer's Ford Fusion in the crime. A witness shared this video with Los' baby mama. In response, Los expressed concerns about people reveling in his potential downfall and suggested that they were motivated by a desire to be with his girlfriend. It's revealed that one of the individuals involved, Robertson, falsely embellished his role in the murder, claiming to be a shooter when, in reality, surveillance footage showed him in the back seat of the vehicle. He even falsely stated that a woman started shooting during the incident, providing insider details that were not publicly known. This suggests that individuals associated with the case were discussing their involvement and inflating their roles, unaware that their conversations could incriminate them. These intricate details and developments are pivotal in understanding the sequence of events leading up to and following FBG Duck's murder, shedding light on the intricate web of connections and actions taken by those involved. It's astonishing how individuals involved in the crime were recklessly discussing the details and their roles. This level of self-incrimination, braggadocio, and carelessness is extraordinary. One of the participants falsely embellished his role in the murder, claiming to be a shooter when surveillance footage revealed otherwise. He provided intricate inside information, details only someone present during the crime would know. These discussions exposed the extent of their involvement. This individual made several statements revealing non-public details about the crime, including the use of a Chrysler 302 cars, the connection between Dipset and O-Block, and King Von's alleged order for Duck's hit. The manner in which this information was disclosed points to the shocking confidence and nonchalance exhibited by those involved. A day after the murder, a witness sent Kenny Mack a news article via Instagram about the incident, questioning if he used his own car for the crime. Kenny Mack replied by asking the witness to delete the message, implying a connection between him and the crime. This exchange is a telling example of how they reacted to news of their own crime. Chicago Police Department, CPD, seized the car a day after the murder and conducted a search. In the car, they found a piece of paper with C-Murder's phone number and Instagram handle, along with a spent .357 shell casing lodged in a hard-to-reach area between the windshield and the hood. These discoveries connected the car directly to the crime. Additionally, Witness 8 contacted the police on behalf of Kenny Mack, attempting to have the car returned. She lied to the police, claiming power of attorney, and repeatedly called about the car. Her insistence on reclaiming the vehicle used in the murder, involving numerous calls, further illustrates the astonishing audacity and carelessness of the individuals involved. The individuals associated with O-Block have been incredibly careless and brazen in their actions, both in their communication and their public displays, which has led to substantial self-incrimination. They openly and extensively use social media to proclaim their affiliation with O-Block, which is unambiguously identified as a gang. This involves mentioning gang names, including O-Block, Ash O-Block, and others. The gang's name is prominently featured in their posts and conversations. They also engage in conversations about their songs, lyrics, and references related to O Block, reinforcing their association with the gang. This becomes a mountain of evidence that firmly links them to the gang. Moreover, members of O Block have the gang's name tattooed on their bodies, further affirming their affiliation and loyalty. These tattoos serve as permanent, undeniable proof of their gang membership. Additionally, they discuss the O Block chains, which were customized and distributed among gang members. These chains explicitly commemorate and remember deceased gang members, including those involved in criminal activities. This connects the gang members to both the gang itself and the criminal activities associated with it. The conversation on a song, Never Change, contains lyrics that explicitly mention O Block, reiterating their gang affiliation and loyalty. All this evidence paints a vivid picture of their involvement in the gang and its criminal activities. The sheer volume of self-incriminating information, both in their public presence and private conversations, significantly contributes to their legal troubles.